Beautiful.
Hello.
Truly beautiful. All right. Where to, man? How the fuck have I been? Been 49
should
out.
be getting close. Looks like it's somewhere near Athena Tower.
Hmm.
Zoe says there's a junction box on the building's exterior. I'm not sure why she knows that. One never knows when information might be useful. Okay, well, we're going to discuss that later. I'll check in once you flip the switch.
Take a look around. Nice and steady. Just the way I like it. I've got a good location, plenty of foot traffic, and a ton of people who are in a hurry and need to make a quick stop for the essentials. Things keep going this way, I'm gonna start opening franchises all over the settled
Hit
systems.
me, Basta. What up, mate? Chance of Sonar is supposed to be really good, dude. It's supposed to be like Obra Golden Idol kind of tier game. It was making the rounds a few weeks back. I just released at a horrible time, so outside of your really enthusiasts, I haven't really heard much about it, but I've heard it's in that vein. And a lot of people are calling it one of their best.
Hey,
I don't have it.
You good?
You good? But I don't have the money. So I want to play it, yeah. Not on Game Pass. Not on GameFly, so gotta wait for like a good sale at some point. I'm so backlogged on stuff this year. I mean, it's only $18. It's not even that bad. No, it's supposed to be awesome. I don't know. If I can, I'm gonna try to make sure I force it this year. Just for more like this year discussion, right? Because your Baldurs and your Tears of the Kingdoms are gonna be in such in so much of the discussion that I feel like these kind of highlights I feel like are gonna get kind of missed when like this show. This looks really good. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know if you're asking like what it was, or I don't know much about actually how it is, but it's yeah, I put it on my wish list back when they showed it off in one of the conferences. Yeah, I'll probably do Void Stranger this year as well, but I want to do Freedom Ranger or whatever it's called first. I think most people didn't add it to their wish list. It was just like me. I added a bunch of shit during all of those indie events, and really it's been paying off. A lot of those have been coming out apparently pretty good. I need to go back through my wish list and Cole stuff though.
You kidding me? Nowhere else like it in the settled systems. First time I came here as a kid, nowhere I'd rather be. No problem.
Butter. Book of Hours? The one made by the Cultist Simulator book? Yeah, I have that. Manot gifted that to me. So after Cultist Simulator, I'll play it. It's supposed to be pretty cool, yeah. Oh, there's one literally about a fucking guy who's a book. Oh, you did play Book Hours? Not a fan? Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go. I have both of the games, so, but I might have to wait a bit. This year's so packed. Lots of Soul. What is the game you're talking about? Right. See, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk's another one I want to do, but it's $40, man. God damn. Bookwalker. Oh yeah, that's on Game Pass. I have it installed. Heard that's cool. And I'm playing it. I don't know if I'll get to it this year though. What's up, Sam? Oh, I need to take this off my wish list. I was like, didn't I just redeem In Sound Mind off of Twitch? It's like $35 on Steam. I need to take those off because sometimes people actually do gift me. And I'm like, whoa. As much as I appreciate that, I don't want them to like accidentally give something there. Oh yeah, that Dave the Diver game. This Tyrion Cuthbert game's got pretty good reviews. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff that's come out. I got too many games to play. I'm playing this beautiful gem. I mean, it's fine so far. It's not really pushing the envelope. I mean, I think it thinks it's pushing the envelope because of the sheer size and leveraging that AAA budget. Whoop. For, you know, high detail models and shit, but it's like, you know, what's the experience like? And it's not bad, but we'll see how it is. Might at least be just kind of a comfy RPG. I'm just wondering, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, you know, it's not, if you're looking for that next spark, you know, they're definitely not reaching. There's a lot of safety, and that's fine. But I don't know if they're like really pushing the quality either, or how safe they are. We'll see. I don't mind it so far. I'm just kind of like alright on it. It's better than the Outer Worlds. The most mind-blowing genre-pushing game ever made. Yeah. That's what I'm telling you. 10 new game plus or just staying on one in this? I'm gonna be a just one Chad. I ain't got time for that. Turian Arsenal. New Vegas probably has the replayability.
There's no one-size-fits-all solution for personal firearms.
This one really hasn't had a whole lot of like choice, which is fine. I don't mind just one where you just go do the stuff, but
Welcome to Centurion Arsenal.
I think it's really pushing that.
It is my absolute pleasure to assist you with any purchases or
A news
questions
story.
you
What
may
is a
have.
news story mean?
All sales are final, but that won't matter because you will undoubtedly be pleased with your purchase. You have my word.
Is it like new Radiant Quest kind of story, or like what? I really doubt it's like too crazy. Or is that like spoilers?
Well, that's not a simple question, is it? I have my own Tell me, were you to find yourself in the unfortunate position? Something up close and personal? Ah, yes. Well, then personally, I would point you towards Combatech. Only the finest collection of armaments in the settled systems.
Okay. I don't know if anything's beating Armored Core 6's New Game Plus this year. In terms of New Game Plus interest. I mean, Baldur's Gate's got pretty cool variants. But in terms of like New Game Plus exclusive. Look at this puppy. Damn. Yeah, do you have just like a sniper? Do they not want you that far? Oh, here we go, here we go. Rest coachman. I have a coachman, so it's tempting. I'm using slugs on mine. What would you define as that, Sam? Like uninteresting and of little consequence? Or like forgettable? I don't really remember much of Fallout 4's dialogue options. Oh, so far it's been act like a total rude dumbass or walk away. Otherwise everything's just been kind of like flat. I would say most everything's just been, do you want more dialogue or do you want to move on? There's a couple flavor, I want to be an asshole, I want to kind of be neutral, or, you know, I want to be just like subservient ones, but like they feel like they're probably completely devoid of consequence. I don't know if there's been a lot of that, where it's exactly the same thing with different writing, but the end game of each might be about the same. And I've heard that's a common complaint. It depends on how much you care about, I guess, choice. And how important in your RPG, like, consequences, the choices, and how much of it's your builds, and how you do things or where you go. You start new game plus with no on his eyes, it's a butterfly effect. So like you remember what happened in the last playthrough, but they don't, kind of thing. Oh, we'll see. I shouldn't ask questions. We'll find out. If that was the case, that'd be good for one playthrough, but or two playthroughs total. Oh, cool. Whatever. I mean, whatever's fun. Not on me to say what's worth doing and what's not. Star game. Whoa. Sell this furious Eon. Welcome to Stargame. I was at work for a really long time. We'll see how much we get done today.
There's nothing. You're here because you need some. Only the
What the
finest.
fuck are you looking at? This box? In 39mm. Starfield, dude. How about that time when he like eats the lasagna and then he's like really lazy and doesn't care about his master? That was the funniest time.
You're in the Vanguard, right? Hey, thanks for your service.
This is murder! You're...
Yes, it is murder. That's funny, dude. They your pictures you take. I heard they stay in the menu. They stay in loading screens. So I took a picture just to see if it works. But yeah, I'm gonna be using that photo mode a bit more.
So after an hour of whining, they're finally out here.
They're just sitting on the grass. They should be playing.
Oblivion looked better. At least you can get away with the uncanniness in that, because half of them aren't like human races.
But why did they replace the handler? I thought the actress was amazing.
She turned him down.
Yeah, I wonder if I can make a... This game takes itself too seriously to have like a fisheye, I feel like, but we'll see. Fuck you, Tom. Yeah, the game takes itself too seriously for that shit, man. Could be camera type, actually, yeah. Maybe don't count Todd out just yet. New KD emote. I like move it a little to the left because it's in selfie mode. Look into the eyes of Ralph Harold. I should have this spacesuit off or something. You can do that, but I figured it'd be funnier to be walking around in full kit, man. I don't know how the button is to do that.
How many damn versions of Shakespeare do we need? I mean, after Kincaid's King Lear, why bother, right?
Huh? You,
My thing was like everything's ugly, so I might as well make like a funny ugly guy. It's me.
Welcome to Chunks. Please choose your chunks. Thanks for choosing Chunks. I just serve the chunks. I don't make them. I'm happy to serve you.
Nice food cube.
Yeah, what is it?
Is this what the future's like? Yeah. I feel when you're playing Starfield. I want to get the chunks in there. That's a hard shot to make from this far. I'm gonna get something behind me, man. Funny. Gonna just go straight in for the kill, man. Oh, here you go. This is like the full Doomer look, man. Only you knew how bad things were. Stuff you can actually get.
Good stuff. Straight from Neon.
It better be for the price you're asking. Nothing's
Security's
going
tight. This is a private meeting.
on. I don't know.
Just don't take all day.
Don't do drugs.
Stick to targets that shoot back.
What's wrong with you?
to get to middle management.
Good for you.
Look at the policeman.
I don't know.
High on life, future having space,
Just don't
Applebee's.
take all day.
Yeah, let's not think about high on life ever again. That's my future.
There is simply no parallel to the food you will find here. All of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost. My pleasure.
What do you just eat wine?
Enjoy the rest of your day.
One hell of a night.
Lucky you. I don't remember anything after the second class. Not one bit.
Best drinks in town.
Wow, this is a real high class place.
Selling art is a bit of an art itself.
So you share my sentiments. I just don't understand why such a first-class restaurant can be satisfied with serving second-rate coffee. Of course, it could just be my palate. It's quite refined, which is both a blessing and curse. Funny you should ask. I recently dined with a friend of mine with ties to the Freestar Collective, and he claims the best cup of joe he's ever had was in Aquila City. Yes, although I doubted him at first, but then he showed me the proof.
They're compelling
In
at
his
PC.
hand was a single
Look,
coffee bean.
coffee is serious
in the
business.
digestive tract of an alien beast.
Nothing says fucking sci-fi like coffee dog.
Yes, you would be replacing the man I hired. I had him seek not just Ashta, but predators throughout the settled systems. But it seems after consuming the beans, the beast decided to make a meal of him. So I need someone to find this beast and remove my property from its stomach. As for compensation, you'll receive 2,000
They
credits.
would have already shit them out. What is the story?
The man I hired had a transponder on him. When the predator consumed him, it also consumed the device. Rest assured, I'll have all the information forwarded to your ship's tracking systems. Excellent.
What is that, like spam? The chunk fucking egg. Funny.
I will have the coordinates sent to your ship.
There's chunked watermelons out there. They grow the square watermelons.
All the towers offer breathtaking views for a price. It isn't the name on the building that matters, but how many floors are beneath you. But if you're looking for a living space, you want to speak with Miss Sanguini at the Realtor's office. She's the authority on the subject. See you.
You eating that? You eating that? Oh, okay. It's avant-garde music, man.
My brother works at Stroudek.
You expecting me to jump down after you?
What the fuck up? Need to get no party member. We'll bring the robot back. I'm stuck with her till I finish the next story mission. Not very interested. If you can even go out there, it's probably like a limit. Since I don't think any of that's procedural, like actual shit, but I doubt you can do anything with it. Maybe you can. I don't know. There are some buildings, so maybe. I don't know if there's much point. It's on the same level of being randomized. Man.
The roost is where it's at.
What's even the point of doing it that way if there isn't any change?
What? Why did I just discover it? I've been here all day already.
What's the point?
Of what?
This.
I've fucking been here all day.
Is it some sort of art? A Zen garden? What?
It's a communal arts installation.
Where is there's a bunch of quests we have. I kinda wish I could drop some of these ones. I guess I could. Do this one? I think they said it was close.
Well, that's unexpected. Powering down that junction doesn't show any other connections. Clearly, the source must be inside that residential tower. Yeah, that would make sense. You know, I think I remember seeing a report about...
Alright, what do we got? Novice.
You definitely know your way around a lock.
Chunks. Unauthorized computer. Evidence of what? Oh, slicing target. Exotique. Neon gang culture. That was it. Okay. Trade authority or mast? Give it to trade authority, I guess, for fun. Evil. like that quest is kind of bugged. Package from Red Mile. Apply flat over it. Mast. Already at mast. Oof. Let's go see our parents. One of the perks I picked, have parents, do you lose 2% of your money every week? What the hell?
What? Well, I'll be. Honey, we got ourselves a visitor. I'll get the coffee brewing.
Oh, my God. Oh, you about gave me a
Jesus
heart
Christ.
attack.
Mom,
Not that we're not thrilled to see you, son,
ugly.
but I thought you were under contract
Dad,
with
you're-
Argos Extractors.
you're a clone.
Is everything all right? Come again? Constellation? Is this one of those candid camera vids? A joke?
Yeah, it's porn, dude.
My
Probably.
child is a member of Constellation. I just knew you were special. Didn't I always say that? That you were meant for great things?
Can't they be in the same shot?
Hey, if I don't get to sing your praises as much as I like, no one can. Oh, but you didn't give me any notice. If I'd known, I'd have your favorite meal in the oven. And your room is just a mess. Although that's how you left it.
What is our guy's favorite
Easy,
meal?
honey. Let the boy catch his breath. Why don't you settle in? You know you're always welcome.
Why is his dad the same age as him?
Regina, the president of...
Only you really knew how bad everything was.
Oh, I know all about her.
Well, she's making me redo the whole report from scratch because she gave me the wrong information.
You worked on that for days.
I know. I swear next election, I'm stepping down. I can't stand her.
This is my new
Are we looking
girlfriend.
for solutions
Just
or
kidding, she's my
sympathy?
boss.
What? Oh, what's this about?
Fred from the poker group said 90% of all marital strife would go away if you just know whether you need to offer help or a friendly ear.
Fred's a wise man. I suppose sympathy.
Then that Regina is a monster.
What the
There ought
fuck?
to
This
be
guy
a
will get his
law.
ass beat saying shit like that.
Damn straight.
High school backpack. What the? You have like boosters? funny though, huh? Okay, that's pretty funny. Wow, working mirrors in 2023, that's crazy. Oh wait. That wasn't on the script, I mean, yeah.
You've been loafing around the house all day.
I've been reading. It's good stuff. It's about...
You should get some exercise.
Hypno art lamp.
Whole life in a book. I'm fine.
And how has that worked out?
Ouch. Touché.
We are going for a walk later.
I'll donate it. Does have extra capacity. It's useful, but doesn't have a booster on it. Actually, I wonder if you could like mod it to have booster. Typical kid coming in, stealing his parents' shit. Neon gang culture. Mom, what are you reading?
Feel free to grab anything you need.
I still can't believe it. How is it for real?
Don't you worry yourself about that. Your number's finally been called. I've got some news of my own. You were taught my final class last Thursday. The faculty threw me a party and everything. It's too bad you weren't here then. You could have had some cake. Teaching? I'll miss some of it. Occasionally, I got a student that I could really connect with and make a difference. Those are the ones that kept me going. It didn't matter if they tested well, if it lit a passion in them. That's the stuff. But most of the time, no, I won't miss it at all. I gave it my good old college try. You see what I did there? Enough about that. Anything you want to talk about before you have to go? I mean, stay. Stay as long as you like, but I imagine you're all excited to get to discovering.
Yeah. Remove kid stuff trade. I'm not sure if I can keep sending money back home. You this sound, man?
You know, it's supposed to be us taking care of you, right? I'd like to say we'll pay you back the money you sent home. Well, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. More than you
Could
know.
you live somewhere a little more, I don't know, less fancy?
Retirement's treating me well, but there are some days I... Don't say anything to your mom about this, but she got some work done at Enhance. Not that I mind. Planning a proper...
Really, mom's out here getting Botox with my money.
I've been promising your mom a trip for years, and I got no excuses now. Your mother's been sending me links all day about such and such deals and excursions, but it'll be good to get out.
I'll give him
Anything
the money,
good to watch tonight? I mean,
yeah, I was thinking I might be a Bible Black viewing.
I want something
Dad, what do you think?
upbeat.
Interesting. Something you want to discuss later, perhaps?
Muzzling me?
What?
What? That little
Until
Ashta
later.
cracks me up.
I'm even
And
talking
it's
to
just
her.
cute. It's funny.
I still can't get over you being here. And it's not even Mother's Day. So, I gotta ask, is there anyone special?
Oh, Jesus.
With you being in Constellation now, I imagine you are quite the catch. Just so you know, your dad cannot wait to be a grandpa. So don't keep him or me waiting too long. I know. I won't get into more right now.
Well, now I see that it's true. Mothers have an irresistible urge to interfere in their children's love life.
I know you didn't live in this apartment long, but I want you to consider
The
this your
fuck?
home away from
Did
home.
she just say that into the
Your bed
wind?
is always yours, no questions asked. I mean, well,
Yeah,
I
they
will
do.
ask questions, but you can stay here no matter the answers.
My character's dad looks exactly the same. And it's optional whether you even have this perk. You get a bunch of like major perks or traits. I picked the adoring fan, having parents, and I don't remember what the third one was. So most of them had a lot of negatives.
No bother at all. Stay as long as you like. Anything you want to talk about, dear? Well, one of your old classmates made junior VP at Galbank. Their father was bragging for hours. Can't wait to tell him about Constellation.
Hey, being a miner was fucking, that's honest fuck labor, right? You wouldn't have a microwave without me out there mining fucking ore.
Now that we're both retired, you mean? I keep trying to push your father to do things. Dance lessons, vacation, take some courses. I'm really interested in early colonial art. But he's just happy as a
Anime?
clam reading in his chair for hours. Wants to know the history of every little thing. It's nice to have time to do both, though.
Oh jeez, yeah, he wants to know about history.
Talking with you has
What a
made
fucking
my
degenerate.
day. I'm being serious.
When I go to sleep, I got a clean conscience. Working for them, it would be hard to look myself in the mirror.
You don't
You
know where
are
that is?
Still all right with that?
No, I moved them
The
to the
signing
bottom
bonus
shelf
alone.
ages ago.
Let's submit down. Is your ranger good? Yeah, I really want to play it. NASA.
You should pay attention.
The Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door one. Another one for the pile for me. Is this accurate? Like, is this me? Real life, yeah. Can't you see? Look, we look the same. Do I walk around with a shotgun and point it at people? Yeah. You don't? I have a picture of me with a giant Nerf bazooka at my parents' house. Is that the same? I'm like crouched down, aiming it at the camera. It's pretty based. Except the part where I'm fat as hell.
Last stop.
And sweats. The artificial environment. I mean, it feels very like clinical, artificial, almost in like what you'd actually expect. Like they are going for like the NASA, like maybe real world type of sci-fi, and it's kind of unique. I think the really highly detailed models and not having really like a super like stylized art style kind of works out together. I don't know if Bethesda has the art style thing going on anymore, but like anything fantastical. Going for like this clinical, clean look kind of worked, I guess, with the high fidelity, but I feel like it's designed by Solus Corporation. Yeah, everything has this like chic, like minimalistic, you know, clean business look to it. Almost to the point where it does feel kind of like a cool style. We'll see what the other cities are like. This is just like New Atlantis. This is the, you know, the stock like first city or whatever. I think there's supposed to be other cities. So. This is also like the uptown area. There's like a ghetto, I guess. Where's Red Mile at? Yeah, everything's like almost like machine, like clean, right? Precision. To their credit,
across most of the settled systems in all manners of spacecraft.
it might not be like full of like detail like that you can interact with, but it does at least look like a big city or a big, you know, big structure. In the way only like probably the Imperial City in a was it Cyrodiil, or what was the name of the city? The capital in Oblivion? Wait, like the only other Oblivion city. Maybe the Morrowind one was kind of a city like. Like, yeah, you don't actually interact. It was just Imperial City, okay. Like, you don't interact with every floor of the skyscraper. It's just like the shops on the bottom, so it's not really that much. And you don't really do much with the NPCs, and they all look like skinwalkers.
With some health issues.
Sometimes that's just how things are.
This guy's wearing like a fucking rugby hat.
I need to borrow your ship this weekend.
But they have this like kind of like uncanny like invasion of the body snatchers, like eyeball popping thing going on. Like if you ever look too close, they kind of are disgusting. But other than that, I mean, it's cool. Evidence. Play too. It's a cool thing though, taking photos and it's in the loading screen. More games should do that. Make you actually want to take photos. This place hasn't had even close to as much stuff to fuck around in as the Imperial City, but also one of many. Art-wise, like a lot of the shadow work and like skyboxes and horizons and stuff have been pretty good in the city though. It does feel like soulless, like not lived in, but it does have like almost a purposely clinical look. You know? Like, there's people walking around, but I don't feel any, like, life or bustle, right? It's just kind of like... But, I mean, I don't know how much that's intentional and how much of it's a side effect of the art style. Yeah, the color grading in this area isn't, like, extreme. If anything, it just kind of makes the lighting... The ambient lighting and shit kind of shine a little better.
Yes? You needed something?
Please. Yeah, the color grading's not bugged. I have crowd density set to max now. So this is as good as it gets. It's nighttime though. There we go. That's why I cranked it back up to high. Because I didn't want that to make the towns feel like they didn't exist or something, that people didn't exist. It definitely doesn't feel like one of the biggest cities in a like colonized future kind of vibe. But that might not be what they're going for. It might be this is where like a lot of the political stuff happens, but like most of humanity spread out amongst like the colonies and stars and shit. We'll see. They really haven't dug into the lore in a massive way, only in a side quest, so.
You are, of course, the security of the United Colonies is every citizen's responsibility, but we try and do the bulk of the work. They've got you doing grunt work, Captain. Hardly the reward I'd expect for a member of the Vanguard. Admirable. I bet qualities like that are precisely why you've moved so quickly.
I haven't even done a single job. I haven't even passed the test. Other cities have more character. Yeah, that's kind of what it means. It's probably purposeful. This is like the clean big business kind of corporate city. They've already said there's like a more like a cyberpunk type of cities.
Oh, it wasn't a compliment, just an observation. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to
yeah, it's got a very pretentious.
Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi,
yeah.
and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis. Well, I told the sergeant that anyone hired for this job should get my stamp of approval first. Nothing personal. It's just this sort of work isn't part of your normal detail. We think non-UC affiliated groups have their eye on it and are using it to identify field agents. Normally, we just burn the location, but we didn't get this intel until after the drop. So we're going to need non-Aegis personnel to do the pickup to cover our tracks. Take the NAT to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done.
Doesn't sound very like big army kind of quality work here, man.
Good luck with the mission.
Hello.
Pretty cool. Sounds hard. You know the boot or whatever.
Okay, no bounty. You're clear.
Yeah.
Oh, I always liked that set. interested. I wonder what the artist was trying to represent.
That's just not the way to handle a situation. You need to read
You didn't hear this from me, but those
I don't even think it's a matter of like the amount of people walking around. Even the Citadel felt like a bigger city. I mean, obviously, like Baldur's Gate 3 cities, it feels like an actual city. Even as old as Baldur's Gate 2 feels like an actual city. I think it's the amount of density, you know, backdrops and the horizon and perceived, you know, scale or amount of people and that kind of thing. But like I said, I don't know if this is actually going for like a full-size city. I mean, the way they talk about it, it is, but I mean, it's clearly not like that big. It might be just this is big in their world essentially. I don't think it's a problem. I'm curious because I mean, it's like Skyrim, right? Where they're like, "Wow, this is such a big city. The city up in Skyrim, or whatever." And it's like 5 houses, right? And you're like, all right, man. We're gonna have an epic battle, and it's like 5v5 or something. The war for Skyrim, you know, the White Cloaks versus the Imperials 5v5 battle or something. Like,
Sarah, good to see you.
why is she behind?
Listen, how's the investigation going? Nicely done. It's really hard to find good help these days. That being said, my luck seems to be turning around. We've gotten a lot of new personnel as of late, not just you. Who knew all I had to do was put up a sign? As am I. And the best part is, since you're all part-timers, there's no paperwork. Anyway, here's your payment. And if I have any more work for you, I'll let you know.
No paperwork. Untaxed.
Ah, if it isn't my... I've got nothing at the moment, but come back later. It's a lot of work, as always. People like to say, New Atlantis is the safest city in the settled systems. How hard could your job be? Well, safety doesn't happen by accident. It takes a lot of work and a lot of people. See you later.
That's really interesting, dude. Where's my fucking credits? Who knew that if you hired a bunch of people who are good at cheating on their tasks, you'd end up with such an idyllic city? Maybe we should take from that example. I don't know where Red Mile is. I just think it's like goofy. It's goofy in lore and it's goofy in practice. I'm all for like, you know, cheating on it to beat it, but that it's reinforced as like a positive thing amongst the military here to have cheated. It'd be one thing if it was within the simulation you like cheat or do some kind of like goofy bullshit, but it's so odd that it's like outside of the simulations.
By the way, Captain.
Twice is streaming as well. So like anytime anybody has their game streamed on Twitch, they're also gonna charge the developers as well as when they install it. Huh? So people are just gonna stop using Unity? How much are they charging? Are they just trying to like kill their platform?
I think I might sell my trident
Like,
first.
Jesus, dude, you're paying Steam, or you're paying Game Pass, or you're paying whoever the fuck. You're paying Unity 20 times over. You're paying for every install. Time to pay the payment processors for any fucking in-game bullshit you got.
You know what they say.
Sure, you're getting taxed on it. I mean, Jesus, are they gonna have any money left after all? Now the Unity wants paid for pretty much anything. Okay, yeah. I was like, dude, how did that even make sense? Like, how would they even track that? Every stream that went live? How are they gonna do that anyway, dude? So do they just track when I install the game? I'm guessing just through like Steam or something, right? Not that there's many like non-storefront ways of installing shit, but like what the fuck? Well, distribution via streaming or web browser. Yeah, I'm guessing it's like if your game is on like Netflix or if it's like on Stadia, they're like covering their asses for more shit in the future. Yeah, Akira. But doesn't that mean, yeah, that like Steam has to agree to this shit? Or maybe they just naturally have access to this information through some kind of API or whatever the fuck it's called. Either way, man, how much are they asking is the question. Getting paid per install, man. What happened to just getting paid for like a percentage of the sales or per sale of the game? Now it's per install? Doesn't that mean like I could just uninstall and install a game thousands of times and try to bankrupt devs or something? Like, what? Is this for like Game Pass or something? Is that the idea? Like where you don't buy the game but somebody installs it so they have to like charge for that like money? I mean, I maybe get that, even then it's kind of stupid, but like because there isn't an actual purchase being made, the Unity doesn't get anything if you're on Game Pass. Maybe. I don't know, dude. Per install sounds goofy. I think that's probably what this is for. Because shit like Game Pass and PS Plus and stuff is getting more popular.
Something to report? Always good to see another badge.
Have you got the data? Even in the well, the trade authority continues to flourish. Oh, makes you sick, doesn't it?
I'm glad you made the right decision. I'll look this over and make sure that Mast gets just as much as they need, not a bit more. The Trade Authority will not forget what you've done for us. Someone was attempting to hack Galbank? And at a glance, it appears they may have had...
Pray for the Among Us devs. Why? What? Do they get a lot of installs? I mean, the game's really cheap. I wonder if it's a flat rate or percentage based. God, well, imagine if it was a flat rate. Holy fuck, you'd get destroyed. It's like when people like donate or something on PayPal, but because they charge like a flat rate for like some of the payment processing, you could like end up paying if it's low enough. But you have to put like a flat requirement. This is like goofy shit, man. I assume it's percentage. How would it be percentage? If it's a number of installs, is like a percentage of their profits per install? I have no idea. Either way, it sounds like a good way to kill their shit. It's flat. Jesus. Doesn't that essentially just kill popular but like low budget games, or not popular low budget, but low priced. Like, what if you're like, hey, I want to make a game that's 1 hour long and costs $5, and it gets really popular? Do you just get fucked? Yeah, they said it's retroactive, but there's no way they can charge retroactively, right? They can just find out the information retroactively. I mean, they can't do that, right? Hey guys, it's been 10 years, you know, I think I want to charge you for the amount of installs you've got in the last 10 years. Okay, and then there's like, yeah, okay. Wouldn't that be like highly illegal? It's like me going up to somebody like, you know, I think you need to give me all your money because it's a I'm looking at you tax or something, right? It doesn't even make sense. You just say you want money just for some fucking arbitrary reason, right? And like they have to do it, even though you never agreed to it. It was never part of anything. I don't know if there's some kind of like EULA for like, yeah, it's like, you know, I should be like, hey guys, I mean, didn't you know? Yeah, I'm feeling like I'm gonna charge people for every message they've ever put in the chat. So, cough it up. Like, yeah, it's technically my stream's chat. I mean, I'm allowed to like do that retroactively, you know? Like, it just doesn't even make sense. There's no way they can do that. There's no way that's actually what's going on. Either they have the information or what. There's no way they can actually like charge people. Oh, really? Oof, God. If it was yeah, if it was insider if it was that obvious of insider trading, he's fucked. Because it's free money, yeah. Yeah, it almost seems like corporate sabotage. I mean, it's not like Unity's doing bad though, right? I mean, they've been making weird decisions and not been on like the up, but like I think that, right? Okay, here's the numbers. Let me see this. Put it on stream. Yeah, it almost feels like some kind of insider trade corporate sabotage thing. Like some Musk thing. I guess he's not doing this corporate sabotage. It feels like it's almost purposeful. Wait, where's my corpo music? Do I have some corpo music? I'll type in the word corporation. I don't have anything. Elevator music? Wait, let me type in corporation into this. Okay, here you go. This will work. The Shinra music, dude. Alright. What do we got here? Unity runtime fee threshold to be met. Unity Pro, Unity Enterprise. Revenue threshold. So, Unity runtime fee thresholds to be met. So you have to either make a certain amount of money or a certain amount of installs before they can start charging you. Oh no, installs over the install threshold. The revenue threshold for their percentage of your game. Why is my on-screen chat so fucking bad? Holy Jesus, I need to make like a fucking new one. This old code just doesn't work right anymore with this. special hard on for fucking Indy. John Riccatello, CEO of Unity, sold 2,000 shares. Maybe it was out of his hands? Still, that would be inside of creator. Sell and then see, you know, that the board's gonna do this or something. You're Indian, you make 1/5 a corporation, you can up to 10 times a major corporation in fees per install. Yeah. So it's revenue threshold, install. So it doesn't even matter. Like I said, what if you're a game that costs $1 or 50 cents and you go viral? You guys like $1 game on Steam and you go viral, right? And it's like 1 million people download it. How much would you have to pay? Standard monthly rate. Monthly. So it's a flat 20 cents per install plus the amount over? Why does it cost less? Why does it cost you more if you have less installs? What? What? Are they like in bed with AAA to like kill indies or something? I don't get that, man. So it's 20 cents per install plus 15 cents per install if you're 1 to 1,000? I mean, I get the idea is that you make most of your money up front. It's like why like a coffee costs like $5 and then every size above it's like 25 more cents because they make most of their money no matter what, and then the rest is just a little bit extra gravy. Could you mind, Neil? Yeah. It's like this feels you can see where the money grabbing is here, but like what does this do for video games? Like it just like helps kill indies. So like imagine this, right? Your Unity Pro or whatever this means. What is Unity Pro? Oh no, I see what's going on. Wait, what? Okay. So I understand this chart now. That doesn't work how I thought. It's even stupider. So if you you use Unity Personal and Unity Plus, or you just considered something different depending on how much money you made. I don't know how Unity works. That's 200,000. If you make $200,000 and then have over 200,000 installations, then you start getting charged 20 cents per install. In the last 12 months. If you make over 1 million, I don't know what Unity Pro is. Are you just considered a Unity Pro if you make over 1 million? Like what does that even mean? Or is that actually like the versions of Unity you're using? You get big using the free version, they're going to retry your cube. Oh, okay, so they're different versions of Unity, and I'm guessing they're like way more expensive for... Yeah, so if you're using the cheap one, you're gonna get charged more if you get success, but if you're using the expensive one, you've already thrown them a bunch of money, so they'll let you off the hook barely. Okay, I get it now. I didn't realize they had like an Adobe system going on here with all the different versions. I thought it was Unity. So if you're a cheap indie dev who made $1 game on Unity and it went viral and you made $200,000 and had 200,000 installs and every single one of those people installed at once, you would lose 1/5 of your profit instantly. Oh, it's installs over the threshold. Okay, never mind. It's monthly. But wait, when they say monthly, is it how many installs you make over the threshold that month? Or is it like keep adding together? Is it like, okay, so this month you're 50 over the threshold, and next month you're 100 because it's 250s. We're going to charge you for 50 and then 100 and then 150? Or is it like how many after the last total? Because otherwise you'd get charged fucking infinitely higher. Might as well be compounding, man. There's no way. That would be like super kill it. It's got to be like each new install. What is this on the bottom? Installs over the install threshold. Emerging market monthly rate. What is the emerging market monthly rate? Fucking business bullshit, dude. I have no idea. People spend their lives squeezing your fucking nuts for fucking fucking cash. It can't just make sense, man. Yeah, for 2 pennies. Like what? Like what the fuck is? I don't know what it is. They'll roll it back. I don't know, man. Some of these people are too proud. Like, I get where this maybe would come from if it's to, like, combat, like, streaming, like, you're not streaming subscription, shit like Game Pass, but even then it's stupid. But, like, that it generally is targeting, like, smaller projects is, like, Jesus, dude. Like, a lot of these fucking devs still have to do, like, Kickstarters and early access to even, like, be able to fund the game, let alone find publisher. And then now it's like Unity wants to nickel and dime them even harder. It's like you already have to pay Steam a huge amount of money. Then you gotta pay Unity a bunch of money. And who the fuck knows what else you're paying a bunch of money. It's like, Jesus, man. Yeah, they're just gonna move on to something else. I'm sure fucking Tim Sweeney's like, oh hell yeah, dude. Destroy yourself. It feels like it's for subscriptions, right? Like, if I install, like, you know, some shit on Game Pass. But, like, the problem is it doesn't say it's just for subscriptions. It's just everything. So it's like, you can't even give them that goodwill. And even then, it's like, Unity ain't probably hurting, right? They're making a percentage on, like, every game that even exists out there. Or what? The dev has to pay. Well, that's my thing. Imagine that. Like, you don't have a whole lot of space on your computer. Somebody buys your game for $1, right? And then you uninstall it and reinstall it 5 times over the month because your friends can't decide if they want to play it or not. You literally just fucking that $1 game. The dev just gave it to you for free. So, well, he didn't give it to you for free. He didn't make anything. He had to pay Unity for it. Your money essentially just went to Unity straight up. It's just wild, man. It's like if you have a popular, a semi-popular indie game, you better not be selling that shit for nickels and dimes, man. Well, like, think of Vampire Survivor, right? That's like a $5, a game that's even less than that on sale sometimes, right? You wouldn't, if you made Unity, if you were on Unity, you would never sell your game for like less than $5. Even then, it's like you're not going to make much profit. If you have a popular game, you like gotta hope you're going to make less than $200,000 every year to not fucking end up in this like sink pit, because then you start cutting your profit, eviscerating it if you have a cheap game. We need more like fucking $60 indie games, man. Yeah, I'm curious what they're going to do. Even if somehow it was justified, there's so much bad PR already. Surely they'll do something. Or they're just killing it. Or the guy's gonna go to jail for insider trading. We'll see. Yeah, people's gonna try to figure out Godot or something. In that sense, that's the only way they can deal with subscriptions, yeah. That would be one thing, right? Like, if they don't take a cut of what Microsoft gives them, like it's per install you charge or something. Even then, it's like, it should be per install, like, it should be per user that installs, right? On Game Pass in like a month period, right? Or not even installs, actually plays it, like boots it up and plays it for a bit, right? That should be what it is. And I'm sure there's a way that Microsoft knows that. They know every game I've played. So it's like, that should be what it is. Like, per boot up, but just like one time a month for that user or something, right? Or forever. I don't know. Like forever. That should be it, man. If I've ever booted up Starfield once, then it's 20 cents or something on Game Pass, right? Like, how much more do you need, right? Doesn't matter how many times I install it at that point. I don't have anybody else in here playing it on my fucking seat. And some people install shit and don't play stuff, so it's not really fair to go just pure install. I mean, it's obviously greedy bullshit. I mean, that's why they do it. And it's not just for streaming. Yeah. Well, the PlayStation one was funny. They had almost a 45% markup or something on the highest tier of PS Plus, I think. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Sony thinks they really got something, man. Yuji Naka's gonna make a new friend. You think that Dream song is playing in Yuji Naka's cell? I don't think he's actually in prison, right? He's like on bail. Where's my night song? I imagine Yuji Naka in like a fucking white room with like a fucking coat, like a fucking what do they call it? Straight jacket. With this fucking song just blaring at like overly loud volumes. Play Nights into Dreams, by the way. Might have been made by a criminal, but yeah, this song's going. Help me! He's trying to sleep at night, hoping that nights will save him in his dreams. Put it on sale. What is it on? What is it? Default price. It's a comfy ass game, man. Play it for Christmas. It's got Christmas level. You can play it. Sonic Adventure has a Knight's pinball level, dude. Oh, Balon song, dude. It's one of those sing-alongs with Balon. Yeah, that'd be what it really is. The one where they're dancing with their it's like mocap dancing, but they have like these cartoonishly large hands and feet, so it looks fucked. The dancing farmer, yeah. $10? Jesus, dude. For a fucking Genesis port? Yuji Naka crying to this one. Bawling. Why did I become a criminal? Thing is, Nights is only like a couple hours long, if that. Just a comfy ass fucking game, man. Just fucking full of soul, dude. Maybe Nights took all the soul from Yuji Naka, and all that was left was evil, dude. Evil coop, dude.
This will make for some entertaining late-night reading. Well, Miss Reyes, it's been such a pleasure having you here. I'll be sure and pass along my compliments to your superiors.
I hope whatever that is, it's worthless to you. And you know, I'm still not sure you weren't behind this all along, whatever this is.
I'm sorry to hear you say that. I was trying to be sincere. Well, in any event, thank you for a wonderful diversion from my usual work. The Trade Authority has access to goods and services. It's cliche, but it's true. Everything has a price. And whatever it may be, you won't find a better selection.
Did I get anything interesting from that? Balanced pack. Huh. better than what I got.
If you need anything else, you know.
Yeah, man. So how's the shitstorm on the Unity thing? I mean, is there people fucking losing their minds or what? I mean, obviously most indie games are never going to get over 200k in the grand scheme of things. Not that that makes it okay, but at least they're not charging at a fucking base level, dude. It's still fucking horrible, though. As soon as you hit like low success with your cheap indie game, you're getting fucking destroyed, dude. Time to switch to Godot. Yeah, this is. I'm sure. Like I was thinking, Tim Sweeney and like Godot and stuff are probably like, yeah, this is awesome. Because Unity's, I guess, like a demanding, not demanding, but such a big, what's the word I'm looking for? Not lead, but you know, there's a big deal, right? Oh yeah, like if you're like watching out for indie devs, you're like, oh well. If you're a big enough streamer, like you have enough sway that you might get a bunch of people to buy a game. And they want to make sure not to hit that 200k threshold or whatever. Yeah, free, it's like they can't really do anything, surely. You have to make a certain amount of money too. 200,000 bucks. Well, that's the thing, is like 200,000 bucks and 200,000 installs, your game could be $1 and you lose over a fifth of your profit. And that's not on top of, how much does Steam take? Uh, 30%, right? Yeah, so like Steam takes 30% already. And then Unity, if you have like $1 game, and that's assuming every install of that game is somebody who paid. If somebody installs your game like 5 or 10 times, then not only like after the threshold's already been met, and then people start installing your game wildly, you're not even like making any more money after the 200k. Like what if you were like, okay, you made $200,000, had 200,000 installs, your game stopped making a bunch of money, but like it was still, because everybody who wanted it bought it, and then but like the people playing it are installing it and reinstalling it a bunch just for fun, right? So like you're not making any more sales at all, but you've already hit the threshold, but then somebody's like installing and uninstalling the game a bunch. Especially if your game was like $1 in the first place, right? Like, I'm just imagining a situation where you make your 200,000 and then you don't make any more money, but you have to keep paying because you keep getting installs. It's just like, holy fuck, dude, imagine that, man. I mean, rarely does that like happen. Like, you're probably still getting some level of sales if your game is popular, but like even then, it's like if your game's $1, all it takes is one person to uninstall and install it 5 times or less, and you've already lost your money. So not even that. I mean, Steam takes 30%, so it's like if you sell your game for $1, you made like 66 cents or some shit, right? Or like 60. Well, they take 30%. I mean, it would be like what? You get 70 cents or some shit. So you only have to install and reinstall the game like fucking 3 times almost, and then you've lost the money. And then, I mean, that doesn't even count how much money they need to actually like stay afloat, possibly. If it's like You know, not just a solo guy. It's just like fucking insane, dude. It's a pretty big cut for like a cheap indie, man. If anything, it would make sure that no indie game will ever go super cheap. And people have already said this about Steam refunds. It kind of detracts from people wanting to make really small indie games. Because if your game's less than 2 hours long, you can just refund the thing. I think the Steam refund in the first place is good. Consumer friendly, obviously. It kind of sucks people get fucked over on it, but maybe there could be some kind of exception they can make. But it's like, this is wild, man. Garnishing my wages to pay my debt to Unity company because Ninja streamed my game. Yeah, Cora. Yeah, like what that means to me is like, well, one, people are gonna not use Unity as much, which means you're gonna have like, I mean, depending on how good Unity was, possibly more fucked games, but people are for sure with Steam refunds on top of that really not gonna want to make short, cheap experiences, and I think those kinds of games are awesome. Just, you know, a game that doesn't think it can be 10 hours long, explores a small idea on like a decent budget. I've played a bunch of 1 or 2 hour games. I have a lot of fun doing them, but it's like having that whole kind of game disappear. It's like you could just say, we'll go to itch.io. There's plenty like that. Well, like, it's okay to want to make a profit, you know, like a little bit of money, right? But like as soon as you charge for it, right? I mean, if you don't make any money off of something, you're gonna have a lot less people doing it, even if it's for passion, right? Like something helps keep them afloat. Like, yeah, there's plenty of games that are free that you know, that are short like that, but I mean, not even having the option means you're gonna have a lot less people doing it in the first place, and especially a lot less people who want to do it for like a living and get good at making them. You know, like what if somebody's like, you know, a big studio that really likes, you know, dollar cheap experiences like that, you know? There's a lot of cool ideas, and they've got like, you know, 50 fucking employees or something. Like, you just can't even do that kind of studio with this thing. And I'm not about limiting what can be made, man. Well, that's my thing, is like anything that pushes people away from Unity means, well, you're losing a pretty powerful engine, I guess. But hey, man, maybe something else will come in and take over. I mean, that's what usually happens. Something gets shitty enough, something else comes in, but I don't know. We also live in a day and age where some of these corps and these fucking engines and all this, some of these things are just so big it's hard for them to fail. They just have like too much of a dominant place in the industry. It's not like there's a million options, right? Like Twitter or something, like you just have Twitter, right? So if you want that kind of like thing, it's like, well, fuck. It's like if you've ever seen you guys ever seen the pie grids of like internet traffic 10 years ago versus like now, or 20 years ago versus now? Where it's like there's millions of websites and now it's like most internet traffic is like 5 websites, right? It's like even if you made an alternative to like YouTube or something, it's like it'd be really hard to like dethrone YouTube. And I wonder if like Unity's kind of there in some kind of way. And then problem is when that kind of shit happens, then you get, you know, this, where it's like they know they're in such a good spot, they can just fuck you. Because what are you gonna do, right? But we'll see. I think in the world of game engines, there's probably a lot of options, but I don't know if they're that dominant, but it's like it could be. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know the whole details on that. Wild, man. Fucking stupid. Where's this embassy diplomat? Doing all these chores. Bot sites, yeah. Just make your game in Z-Doom. My house.wad 2, brother. I need to play that. If I was here for most of October, I'd try to throw that into a horror event, but at this point I'm just gonna do a few horror games, that's it. Paid modding? Yeah, I was gonna say, is there like a paid, like a monetization, like people making WADs for money kind of community. Like buy the dev a coffee kind of platforms, but like for WADs. Yeah.
Only those with an appointment are allowed inside the embassy.
No, I've not even been over here. This game doesn't have like a map, so like it's kind of hard to like this is your map, right? It doesn't mean anything. So you kind of have to like eyeball shit. But depending on the flow and like the readability, it's like I can't actually walk up these buildings. So it's like figuring out exactly where shit is. It's kind of not always the easiest.
Maybe we should stop for a moment.
I mean, I like that. I like the idea of having it be hands off, so you kind of have to immerse yourself and learn the place. But I also feel like in a video game that means it has to be like readable and like intuitive to a certain extent, or worth that kind of exploration. It seems a little goofy immersion wise that there wouldn't even be like a board with like a map on it. I mean, I can go to the fucking mall and I can get that, but it's a little odd. I don't mind the idea of it. I don't know. We'll see if the execution's there by the end of this.
Memorial, you know, to pay our respects.
I think it's a good way to miss out on content if you care about that.
Welcome to the Free Star Embassy. Is there something I
Still
can help you
talking,
with?
man.
And it seems like only yesterday.
Typical UC security. They try to bully us every chance they get and still manage to play the victim.
Full
I'll get this
games on
squared away
Steam,
with
running on the
folks down at the
Z-Doom engine. Of
spaceport.
course, knows Project
Thanks for
Panda
letting us
back.
know.
Oh, of course. I mean, on one hand, it's like that sucks for the Z-Doom, like does, but it's also like, well, does that mean John Carmack deserves a cut? And I mean, it's like, I mean, they did make like a free thing, right? I mean, maybe it's, yeah, it sucks it's not being used the way they want it, but it's kind of like emulators, right? Where it's like they'll just use Dolphin to like sell their game on, you know, or ROMs were, you know, ripped by people like in that Mega Man collection, and it's like they can do that because I mean it's their shit. So it's also like, I mean, I guess when you make one of these like Z-Dooms or whatever, it's kind of like, it's not like you're making it with profit in mind. I mean, that doesn't mean you shouldn't like make something from it, but like maybe it got out of your hands. But yeah, it's just kind of like a, I mean, you could say that's like, yeah, you know, I mean, well, it's based on Dooms. That like John Carmack should make money off your game then on Steam. Like, I don't know.
The guards will check you at the elevators. Try not to make a fuss.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's the, isn't that the human way? Sadly, just copy and imitate and. Steal, make your own thing. Yeah, I think it's a level of magnitude and transparency that makes the difference there. When you have a tighter community, I imagine like your Doom modding communities or something, and then you go like sell your game for, I mean, it's like, well, you did make the game. It depends on how transformative it is, too. It's like if the Sonic Roboblast 2 devs or whatever sold their game on Steam somehow, and I mean, somehow Sega wouldn't care, but it's like, I mean, it's so different from like Doom and what it was originally created for. At that point, it's like, you know, they're just taking something and doing their own thing. That reminds me of people being able to put their Skyrim mods on Steam and shit, like where they have those standalone giant mods that you just need to own Skyrim for. I think cool stories like that are where you get stuff like the Forgotten City, where they put that on Steam, where it's a huge mod and it's really famous, and then they go like remake that game in an actual engine and then sell it. I think that's probably a bit more cool. That's probably a bit more above the board, but yeah, essentially rewrote the engine. Yeah, that, I think it's a level of magnitude, transparency, and stuff, how scummy it is, but I don't know. I think, you know, that happens so little with Z-Doom. That doesn't make it like right, but it's like, it's not big news kind of shit, so I don't think anything, and no, nothing's ever gonna happen. Nobody's ever gonna care, right? Hello. Alright, I worked all day. I'm a little tired. We're just kind of hanging out talking. I'm gonna be in this fucking city forever, man. Do you think this is like stylistically green? Like they have somebody come in here and like dye their water green? Or do you think they just have this like fucking swamp water in here from outside? Oh no, it's from outside, dude. Why would you want like green water right next to your
check you at the
desk?
elevators. Try not to make a fuss.
Really, this shit's got like stuff in it, man. I don't know. I guess it's fine. I mean, it's like you go and you got a bog behind you. It'd be horrible for the wood, man. Right? Fucking hell. I guess it's space wood.
No loitering.
Jesus, that's been a long time, right, Cora? This ecto cooler. There we go. Yeah, I was like, I thought you were getting those months ago. I mean, I'm afraid they're probably just fucking gone at this point. Or you, maybe you'll get them in like a year, who knows? At least you get them.
Tell me how many zeros I need to add to the offer.
I'm sorry, sir, but we can't sell to you. You see.
Wonder how much this citizenship is gonna run me. I think I understand. And the
Welcome to Feeling Realty. I'm Zora, and I'm here to help with whatever you may need. What brings you in today? Looking to settle down or move up in the world or just window shopping?
just be having a chat with your superiors then.
I don't blame you. It's a lovely city, the crown jewel of the UC. I'm here if you have any more questions or if you'd like to look at properties.
Do I want to have the coffee in the fridge, or do I just want to slow down in an hour? I think I got more work. Not 100%.
If you need more time to think about it, that's okay.
Our regulations is something about things that use RF. I mean, 20 centimeters off the body, which makes no fucking 20 centimeters off the body. Oh, so it's supposed to be like a health hazard for you, and we don't like allow that shit in country or something? Jesus. So they're just holding it? And like a secure, is it like a place that's like bad for it? Like, is it just going in and out of like travel nonstop or what?
Okay, let me just... Oh... if you take the Oh, don't I wish. Between UC regulations and demand, but you best believe I'm keeping an eye on the...
You have to become a citizen.
Enjoy your time in New Atlantis.
Well, I've signed up for the army. Oh my god. Jesus, man. There are Draugr in this game, man. I'm in a Draugr tomb right now, man. Motherfuckers look like ghouls, man. What the fuck is wrong with these NPCs? Oh, am I crashing? Nope. I was just really fucking crazy ass saving.
Keep it moving.
This space is a memorial to those lost during the Colony War. Your consideration is requested.
Oh, I was just walking on it. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, in the fire. Take a dump in it. Sounds like a pain. Oh, hopefully you get it. That's the problem with grabbing kind of like fringe tech like that. All sorts of bullshit that could happen.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Just got like 100 tech. Fire resistance. I mean, I'm made of fat though, dude. Isn't that flammable? I just light up.
Crime has slowed down since you started helping out, which is good for morale.
Crime has slowed down. All I did was fucking take a fucking like dead drop package and give it to you.
Yep. Something just came in. Scuffle over at the Dawn's Roost.
Scuffle.
Security on site handled it, but now one of them is saying the other guy stole his wedding ring. Problem is, he left without identifying the perp, so I need you to talk to Royce Elgin at the Dawn's Roost. See if you can fill in the gaps. Men like him aren't very generous with their time. They want you to solve a case without ever having to lift a finger themselves. Not that he'd be much of a witness, given that he was still half drunk when he got here, and somehow even more so when he left. Sorry, wrong word. Rich people don't get drunk, they get inebriated. Which is another way of saying highly unreliable. Good. Report back here when the
Fuck the rich people, right? I'm in a city full of rich people though.
See you later, Captain.
God, she's like a fucking like ghost. It's like standing an awkward distance away staring at you. Maybe I'll find like a good hallway and have her do the stand there and stare maneuver. Alright, so I need to go talk to someone at a fucking bar or some shit.
Hey there.
Hey man. Damn it, if you slid your... What if you got your foot caught in that shit? What the... I was hoping they'd have the trains from Fallout still. You guys have seen that, I'm sure, right? The classic Fallout train. Yeah. That ingenious. Or they don't move on their own, it's just some guy with a fucking train for a head or whatever. That's the train moving. You know, shit. Todd's a genius, man. I mean, I'm all about those kinds of like clever like ways of like saving money. I think it's just so like what a game made of like patchwork bullshit like that, and you wonder why like most Bethesda games have like the most fucking goofy ass shit happening all the time. Oh, that's you wearing the train head, and so it's just the inside of the train as viewed by you walking. There's no remote camera. That's so fucking good, dude. And this is made on the same engine, man.
all of our signature dishes are unique to the Roost. You won't find anything like them.
A most unfortunate incident, complicated by the fact that both parties.
Oh, I'm sure there's a
were
whole lot of shit like that. Yeah,
While I
that's just
wasn't
the
privy
most
to the
memorable
entire
one for me.
argument, Hugo and Octavio have been dining here together for quite some time, so it was surprising to see them at each other's.
Well, it's like the see if I can find it. It's like the Resident Evil 4 calls or whatever. I don't know where you can find that video. So in the original Resident Evil 4, you know the calls or whatever. Oh, here, this might be it. Let me see if I can find it here.
This one.
I don't want some fucking dude talking, man. Glitch clips in Vegas where an NPC walked in front of the ending presentation. Really? Hey, down in front. Okay, like here's one. It's just like little clever game things, right? I mean, like it's RE4. I don't really know anything about this guy's video, but there's a bazillion people who've like shown this. It's just like a picture with him standing there, whatever. And that's like all of the codec calls or whatever. It's like, of course, right? But it's just like funny seeing it. The Bethesda ones are like top jank though. Although that's most like, I mean, obviously like snipers and shit in games are just like a texture over it, but it's just kind of funny seeing that stuff or little tricks like that. The smoke and mirrors falling apart. It's a little worse on the Bethesda side that they just don't have a way to have a camera like that. Not really. It's clever, but it's kind of a goofy restriction.
I wasn't witness to any theft, and both men were wearing rings, if I recall correctly.
Oh, I'm sure this game's full of that shit.
Oh, yes, quite often. They had a usual table over in the far corner.
The wall texture and the narrator's a guy standing behind it.
Music,
That's
candles,
funny.
wine. You
So
see
funny.
where I'm going with this.
That's great.
But this time the two had barely sat down before the argument got heated. Thankfully, security stepped in before anyone got hurt. Well, the one who stayed with UC Security, Octavio, is a shorter man, handsome and refined. His favorite menu item is the Saint, I believe. The other, Hugo Fournier, is a tall, slender gentleman with a French accent. Excellent tipper, well-mannered, but a bit hot-tempered.
I don't know that one.
I assume that would be the slender
Is there just like a
gentleman,
cell
Hugo Fournier.
in every scene or
He was the one who
something
excused
full of
himself
like
after
just
UC Security arrived.
actors that
I
aren't being
believe
used
he
or
lives
whatever,
in
just
Athena
full to the
Tower,
brim?
Although he may be checking out soon, but I would start there.
French accent. This is real world, except the world, like Earth is destroyed, I thought, so I guess there's still French accents that are recognizable enough to be called French. I barely
Thank
heard
you
what
for
this
coming in.
motherfucker said.
I do hope you are enjoying your time in New Atlantis. The Dawn's Roost represents the highest quality, from the ingredients
How long
to the
after?
decor.
I think we're in like
No
22
expense is
something, or
spared.
23 something.
Anyone who has sampled our offerings will
Like
assure
Earth
you it is all worth it.
got fucked over in like the 21s.
The dining room is always open.
Look, Corey, they're not that imaginative, alright? The most believable they can get is everything looks like it's a corporate fucking like ad. Please understand. Accents. Yeah, they need a Ripper's Scottish accent. Everybody needs a Scottish accent. I have cube food somewhere, but I mean it sucks. Food in this is like, I have to eat like 100 cube food to heal like a fourth of my...
Okay, hello. Check. Shower, hair, check, and double. Oh, leave that. Lucky shit.
My health.
Liar. Never let me down.
Yeah, the multilingual mismatch.
Ready for some shock and awe, girlfriend. He wants to know what's hit him.
That lying, cheating, foul piece of Dawn Glider dropping. If I had my way, I'd tie him to the back of a ship and jump it right into the nearest star. 5 years we were together, half a decade. And he threw it all away for that waiter. It was supposed to be a romantic dinner, our last before we pledged our lives to each other. But an hour before, I decided to do some cleaning to calm my nerves. I picked up a pair of pants left on the floor, and out falls a napkin from the Dawn's Roost with a number written on the back. To think he had the audacity to schedule a date with me at the same restaurant? I was livid! Still, I went to the date and held it together just long enough for the waiter to serve us. Then I went off!
I'm sure this is a misunderstanding.
Betrothed. And I have the engagement ring to prove it. No. There are some things in life that cannot be repaired. Cheating is his way of saying, I don't love you. And without love, what's the point? He would say that, but as far as I'm concerned, it's my property. He gifted it to me when he proposed. It's not his to return.
Ooh. I could try that.
I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. If you were going to arrest me, you... So you would rob me too. Not a chance. I know that.
God, I hate this precision system.
And as far as the ring goes, I don't know.
It doesn't even make fucking sense.
As soon as my assistant finishes, he would say that. But as far as I'm concerned, it's my... He gifted it to me when he...
Can I just do it again?
Good day.
Good day. Is there someone else I can talk to? It's like everything's supposed to be like a % chance of happening or something. And all it means is like they just all don't work ever. You have to pick like, I don't know if there's like a logic to it as well, or if it's just purely random. Let's try it again, maybe. His accent vanish at the end, you know. Of course. Oh, did it just auto save me going up or something? I think so. We have one that's like a little closer. 8 minutes. That wasn't really doing much. Not like it's interesting failing these. And you can't upgrade your speech until you succeed with enough of them. And I've had like, this is like my second one in the whole fucking game. So there's clearly not many. This game does not, I feel like the speech persuasion stuff is not very good in this. It's like, Jesus, in Baldur's 3 I had one almost every couple seconds, man.
Most of... Well, I wasn't privy, so it... I wasn't witness to any. Well, the other, excellent tipper. Oh, yes, quite all. Music, candle. But this time, I assume that would be...
It's supposed to be the waiter.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Should I come back and talk to this guy before I finish talking to this dude? These are the most sad slides ever. We're trying to protect the children slides. And they're just not fun. Or there's like an aesthetic to the slides. Or like a normal slide looks too ugly.
Last minute check. Breath?
Howdy.
Check.
Oh.
Shower? Hair? Check and double check.
Lying shit. If I had my way, I'd tie him to the... 5
Never
years?
let me down. You are ready for some
It was
shock and
supposed to,
awe, girl.
but an hour...
You once know what's in
Looks, I have to click like 100 times for it to actually skip forward.
Not just date. No. There are some things... Cheating is his...
There's like a certain amount of time you have to wait that you can skip
He
forward.
would say that. He gifted
It's like
it to...
slow, and it's also like I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up.
Alright. But I'm leaving this city as soon as I can.
Can I go talk? I'm gonna go try it. Let's see if how flexible the system is. Alright, so I know there's another man possibly at the waiter at the place. What if I go try talking to him? Can I get something? Maybe? I feel like it's almost to protect people from like double clicking or something going too fast. More than it is save scumming, because there's just really not that many speech checks yet. So. But the problem is, when you do want to skip through stuff, which is way more likely than you accidentally clicking forward, because why would you even bother your first time? It's just like it's gonna be just more annoying.
I do hope you are enjoying your time.
Oh good, he doesn't
The
have
dog
anything to
roost
say.
represents the anyone who is Sam. Thank you for coming in.
If you're in the market for art, dealing in art is goodbye.
So there's nothing? I'm gonna talk to the boyfriend.
One of my rules in life.
He doesn't have anything to say, he didn't see it? Okay, cool dude. What did I expect?
Ionion is a pretty fun place.
Immersion options. Yeah, some kind of flexibility or agency on my part. So no, you just walk up to the guy, pick your fucking option, fail or not, and then just move on. Which is fine if like the one option's interesting, but this is not really the most interesting quest, man.
I'm furious. I've never felt so betrayed. He would say that, but it's fun. He gifted it to...
So do I just have to play it
care. I'm
really
not giving it.
safe? This is green.
I see.
It worked this time.
Is official UC security business.
So it is just chance. There's like no rhyme or reason.
If you were going to...
Great, now I only have one turn left, right? Does that mean I can do this one? And then, they said if you like won the last one, you can't fail, right? Does that mean I could do this one and then move on? Or does it mean I have to go for the +3 since I have one turn left? Let's find out. We'll reload it.
I am not being...
Okay, the green didn't even work.
And as far as the ring
Jesus,
goes...
what are the fucking like chances on this shit, dude? I feel like you have to be like equipping like gear for this too. Or drugging up, man. Like this has to be like a low level like persuasion thing, dude. I mean, almost none of these I've succeeded in. Oh, I do have a +5% chance. Jesus, dude.
I do.
I could understand if there was like an actual conversation and a flow you had to kind of figure out. And maybe some like branches in the flow that like had percent chances.
I don't care. I'm not giving it to you.
To even like pop up or something, but like.
You're right. My stubbornness gets me.
You're right, but.
True, I don't. A crime? You can't be serious.
Okay,
I don't
dude.
care if
I like how I'm
as far
just
as the
going
ring
for
goes,
greens and I can't fucking succeed. What is this, man? I'm just interested at this point, like how hard it is to actually succeed in a speech check in this game. I'm going like all greens, man. I mean, do you have a better chance of just like trying the high level ones?
As soon as my
The thing is, I
assistant
can't
finishes
level
packing
up my
things, I'm taking the
speech
first tram to the
unless I
spaceport.
succeed at
He
more
would
speech
say that,
stuff.
but he gifted it to me when he proposed.
So imagine if I
It's not
didn't
his
say
to
scum
return.
and I just failed like 4 or 5 of these. Like by the time I actually could level up my speech to not fuck it up, I wouldn't even need it. Because I in this whole game so far, I mean, what, 14, 15 hours? And running through this whole city, this is like my 3rd or 4th total.
I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. True, a crime. I think my lawyer would. I don't care if you're with.
Oh, I'm
as
sure
long
I
as the
could,
ring goes
but I'm just curious to see how this system works. And I really think it's just pure chance. They don't even denote like a difficulty or show you what your percent chance is. It just shows green. You'd imagine it's like almost guaranteed then.
I'm furious. I've never felt so betrayed. He would say that. He gifted it. I don't care. I'm not giving it to you. You're tighter. Well, I
Just
don't
go for the
want to get
+4,
into a
dude.
fight with UC security.
Maybe that's the strat. You just go for big numbers and pray. Yeah, this is my
Extremely
2nd
agitated,
successful
but I want no
one.
part of a UC prison. Here.
My bad. Jesus, dude. That's wild. I'm fine with not like succeeding in all of them or something, especially if there's like something interesting if you fail, which I doubt this one goes the Baldur's Gate Disco Elysium route, where there is something interesting if you fail. You probably just have to do something else. But it's just like, this is such like a nothing quest. Like, is it really like that low of a chance to succeed? I even have like a suit on just to help me, and there's not much else I can do other than do drugs. Like I have a 10% increased chance. You get up to 50 by the end. It's like, god damn it. Now you have to succeed probably in a lot. I don't know, we'll have to see how many there are total. So far there's not been many, so. Shoot him in the face. Yeah, I mean pickpocketing, definitely the better option. I think you have to invest to even unlock pickpocketing. Maybe I will at some point. I've got super high stealth. Alien Isolation. I was just watching a playthrough of that last night. Well, I wasn't watching. I had it on while I was sleeping. One solitary fuck about anything that's happened in the last 2 hours. I mean, I've not like hated it or been bored, but no, it's not been very thrilling. But also, I mean, we've been talking for most of the 2 hours. Yeah, I would say the general quality of like quests so far has been not too great. I don't know, it's kind of weird coming right off of Baldur's Gate 3, where it's like 100+ hours long, and like everywhere you go is something really interesting that you're engaged in. And then you're in this, where it's like, I kind of enjoy the scale and I guess some of the first-person immersion and freedom, but the actual like stuff I'm doing is not terribly interesting. I wouldn't say it's like outright boring, but also I just kind of like the Bethesda formula sometimes. Doesn't mean I think the game is not being very ballsy, or I don't even know if it's good. We'll see by the end, but yeah, we'll see. No, I don't think there's alien. I mean, the story of the game is that you found a piece of an artifact, and now you're gonna go find more pieces of the more MacGuffins, more artifacts. And these artifacts might lead to discovering about other intelligent life in the past or the present. It's not Mass Effect, where you have that initial hook of like a bunch of crazy shit immediately happening. It's not hard sci-fi, it's like a realistic kind of sci-fi. Well, they do have the Radiant quests in this. I like this Radiant quest is synonymous with boring as fuck. Unlike these, but they're not really. They're like labeled. Like the activities have like actual, like I think these like start full quests, but you have like missions, which are just like go to procedural zone and find a you know, rock shaped like a dildo, and then you need to do those forever. I assume those seem so cookie cutter. There's no way they're not like just generated quests. But
If it isn't my fifth, crime has slowed down since you started telling
I'm interested in the faction quest with this. I mean, earlier today I did the simulation and enlisted in the army and stuff, and I'm hoping that's kind of like a fighter's guild kind of quest. I really like the faction stuff in Elder Scrolls and everything and Fallout, so I'm hoping those build up. That'd be cool. Yeah, there wasn't really much going on. Maybe there's something else to do.
According to the patron, the ring is valuable, but normally, when someone loses a valuable keepsake, they're
Yeah, Mage's Guild questline.
The way this guy was acting, it's almost as if
I mean,
he
people
lost
say
the creds.
the faction stuff is some of the better shit. I'll probably do the faction, the Vanguard faction, before I do any other main story.
Clientele. It's the kind of place where
The missions are unique. Yeah, there's too much unique dialogue for it not to be. It's the missions, like, that I think are the more the Radiant quest type of shit. I've heard that some of like the factions have like infinite quests you can do after you're done as well, but that's different.
Ah, perfect. Did you manage to get the ring back? Excellent. I'm sure the victim will be pleased to know their property has
I've
been
named
returned.
NPC give you a specific
You've
quest.
yourself well again.
Random location, which is part of that
Just say you
system.
might
There's
have
also
to
generic
act
quest
for
today.
police work.
Please do me a
Hardly
favor.
surprising for a captain of the
Yeah,
UC Vanguard,
I'm sure
but
there's a bunch of shit
still,
like that.
Impressive nonetheless. Here, take this.
I mean, let's be real.
It's
Like,
well deserved.
with all the procedural generation and focus on big scope and scale over, like, you know, like more curated, like, you know, handcrafted kind of planets, I wouldn't be surprised if they also have a system in play to try to populate those areas with activities that have just as high a level of quality in it. And to be fair, I haven't seen a whole lot. I mean, I've made like 10 plus seeds or whatever on 2 different planets, but I've done 2 full surveys, but you know, assuming what I've seen is kind of the standard, it's like I'm sure they have infinite stuff to give people something to, like, just enough goals to let you get on that mindless treadmill. I did some evil stuff not too long ago. Everything I'm wearing is stolen too. And I'm about to shoot this random person.
Are you shooting at ghosts now? Not gonna last much longer.
I just don't care about friendly fire, really. They are good. I mean, they might as well be. I mean, I'm just as scared looking at this person as I would a ghost. God damn. What the? They are ghosts, man. I'll say they're either like body snatchers. Oh my god. The way they just stare. Or they're like ghosts, right? This is, I don't know if you guys were there. I mean, I don't know how many people were watching that stream on Discord, but we watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original and the new one. Or the new one, the 70s one. But this feels like that. Like the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers or something. It's like, they're just like surreal, man. Yeah, Carol, that was like a big selling point. Like Skyrim was Radiant quests. It's funny how the times never change, huh? That was like this big buzzword selling point. Radiant quests, infinite content. And then you get to this and it's like thousands of planets, infinite content. And it's like always like the worst parts of the games. It's like that nobody's gonna do a million of. In this you have a much better reason to do a bunch of them because they are like at least full environments, not just like kill 5 bandits, but so like, this looks nice. I think the lighting is what does it. I mean, obviously there's like kind of high fidelity models, but like they have really nice skyboxes in this game. And then like I think some of just like the really bright light with like, I wouldn't say it's hard shadows, but it works with the film grain and some of the color grading. Like you guys said, this place doesn't have extreme color grading, but I think when you have these big structures with like the floodlight kind of thing they got going on, the, you know, convenience store at night look kind of thing, right? This whole game's got it. That looks pretty good. The Mantis questline. Yeah, I'm going so slow. We probably won't even get to anything today. I do need to start up the next part of the main story just to grab it. Hunt the Predator, A Light in the Darkness. What is this? Oh, I have to go talk to the news. Also, I really think the sunrises and stuff look really clean. I think part of it might actually be the film grain not being completely obnoxious. It's got this kind of like, well, it's like really fine grain that kind of I feel like helps blend some of the sunrises and all that stuff. This here is contact. Okay, if it couldn't find it, would run another quest to repopulate it, and that would run alongside another hidden quest to manage favorite. The quest that was native mechanic was all Frankenstein out of quest, essentially a parallel scripting system. Yeah, I don't remember all that. Most Bethesda games. I'm not doing any of the like miscellaneous, repetitive type of quest. I'm doing just, you know, the main stuff, and I feel like it's gonna be the same thing here. Responsible for a lot of bugs. I'm not surprised.
Another day.
Sorry, this is my train. You're not allowed on.
I think I got them. What do you call them? Corns? Yeah, I got corns.
One of my friends told me he actually likes going into the lab.
Does she have a bomb in her bag?
As bad as everyone says.
Definitely not a lizard man or skinwalker, dude. Real human being. Maybe that'd be an awesome plot twist. If like the reason, you know, just to like make an excuse for why everything looks like shit. Clearly, it's like, just, you know, they just didn't care. Or I mean, they might have cared, but they didn't care enough to go through the same trouble they did with all the other fucking modeling and stuff. Like on their character models, it was that they were all actually like aliens.
I bet
and,
whoever
like,
came up with
skinwalkers.
bad news travels fast wasn't taking interstellar distances into account.
Welcome to SSNN, where the news never sleeps. If you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not to inflate his ego too much. He's liable to burst.
Wow, what a clever thing to say.
Back to the grind.
Every other fucking NPC.
Welcome to SSNN, where the news never sleeps. If you're part of the David Barron fan club, try not
Like
to
I said, I was
inflate
saying
his
that earlier. There's a lot of
liable to
NPCs who have
burst.
that, like, they say a thing and then they pause and they have like the clever thing or the punchline or like the quip or like the, you know, careful when you're down here. You know, it smells like shit, or I don't know. There's like, some fucking NPC said something like that earlier, but like they'll have like a little punchline almost after what they say, and it's like it's really subtle. You kind of have to pay attention to notice that like a lot of the writing is like that, and I guess it's just like a writing quirk, but it makes a lot of the fucking NPCs seem like samey, kind of odd. It's not quite quippy. It's not like it draws attention to itself, kind of like annoying. It's just kind of like,
Searching the old memory banks, huh?
we'll see if we can see it pop up. I've called it just video game writing, which is so vague as well and reductive, but like, where it's like it has the feeling of being produced, not like real people talking at all. Like nobody would really talk like that, but it feels like it's like somebody wrote it kind of thing. It's a weird thing to say because you don't want everything to just be real dialogue, but like, I don't think there's a whole lot of like actual like engaging, like believable dialogue yet. Like everybody kind of does feel a little bit like a lizard man, but we'll see.
A cog in the machine. If you mean literally, Nadia Mufaz, head researcher of the office. So if we got any facts wrong, I'm the one who files your complaint into the shredder.
See, there you go. It's like she says the thing and then she's got like a joke finisher. She's got a punchline. The corns. I mean, that's just fucking typical video game diegetic fucking dialogue. I just say random bullshit, right? I don't know what corns is. I don't think any of the diegetic shit's funny or interesting, but like, I mean, I'm not. That's pretty typical shit, right? I mean, yeah, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Sorry. Long day. Longer night. How about a do-over? Let's take a look at you. You...
Are fat and bald, I
You're
know.
not from around here. My guess is you work, really work, for a living. I bet you have a story or two. I have a feeling about such things. Tommy? Tommy did something useful? So you must be the captain of the... Frontier? Rumor is there was a firefight at a mining installation.
Been a firefight
I'm
everywhere I
interested
went.
only in primary sources. So things you've seen and or done that are newsworthy. No hearsay. So, what do you got for me? Looks like some Crimson Fleet brainiac figured out it's easier to hit stationary targets than dogfighting in the field. And you are an eyewitness with the courtesy to find us instead of being chased down. Refreshing. So what were the pirates doing there? It's not their usual MO.
Tell them about the ore. That was quite a lucrative operation.
Tell them about the ore. It's not what they wanted at all. They wanted his ship. Huh? We're gonna lie to her? They wanted his ship, did they not? Whatever.
minerals, you say? That would be worth the price of admission. So what's your role in all this? Part of a tour group?
Supervisor Ralph Harold.
Huh. I didn't realize Argos Extractors hired such capable crew. So we've covered the basics. How about any harrowing tales of daring do?
Yeah, I stood
Had a bunch
inside
of
of the
miners
ship and
triumph.
it glitched me into the stratosphere and I died on landing. That was in another timeline.
Huh. Sounds like a good outfit. The heroic miner is a good angle. This is a good local story. Plucky miners band together and punch above their weight. If you ever get more stories like this, drop by.
Will you pay
And
me?
take this to cover any incidentals, or other creative ways to pad out an expense report.
$6.50, dude. Shit, no wonder nobody fucking cares about the news.
Source is back. Here to I'm working on an investigative piece about some of the businesses in the well right now. Trying to get a handle on how things are in that part of the city. I'm not sure the story will get off the ground, though. I asked the higher-ups if I could go down there for some interviews, but they said it's too
Jesus,
dangerous.
it doesn't feel like there's
They'd
any
probably
crime
be all
down
for
there.
it if David asked.
If anything, it's like feels like almost clean, right? They're really trying to sell you on that part being like the ghetto. If anything, it feels like the most lively actual place in the city.
Would you really? I'd owe you big time if you did. You've been a huge help on my other stories. I'm sure you'd
Stories
be
with an
great.
S at the end. We should tell her the story about how the government, the military, the test you take involves cheating. You're actually promoted to cheat. That's the kind of... What is that face? Did you know the flight test? You're allowed to cheat in it? And you get higher marks if you do? Do you trust your fellow enforcers? I hope the good journalist thing... Oh, even the corporations are nice in this place, man.
You're really unusual.
You're a bitch.
Great. I had 3 interviewees in mind. Teresa Mason, the owner of Kay's house.
Constellation,
Henrik
the
Swan at
group,
Apex
the main
Electronics,
character group.
And Nurse O'Shea from the med bay.
One of them,
You don't need
the
to ask
wallet,
too
it's
many
just
tough
like
questions.
a nice
I
guy
just want to read on how their
CEO.
businesses are doing. And
There's
how
been like
things are
no
in the well.
evil CEOs or journalists or anything. I mean, that's
really
fine if they
can't
want to
thank
mix
you
it up. Like, the corps are cool and shit. But yeah, no,
Please tell me you're not here to see Mr. Baron.
they're definitely not pushing that. Yeah, that's my thing. I mean, it's like, on one hand, there's a reason a lot of people do those kinds, because it's probably a bit more like exciting. On the other hand, it's kind of like been done. But also, like, if we're gonna have the good guy, like, basic journalism approach, like the good guy basic corp dude, who's just kind of like semi-philanthropist, trying to use his money for good, then I hope there's good writing to go with those characters to make them interesting, because the reason those old other popular ways of doing it work is because they're like interesting from the start, right? The guy with a lot of power who's using it for evil, or the journalist who he's gonna get to the story no matter what it takes, and then you're doing a bunch of goofy, you know, sleuthing and shit. Like if you're gonna do it just like boots on the ground, like legal stuff, like I feel like it has to have like good writing. It's fine. I'd rather them not like rely on I feel like they have to rely on like old tropes and shit or hooks like that. But I don't know if Bethesda's the writing that's gonna get me interested in a law-abiding, just classic journalist with Nothing else going on. I mean, I imagine the goal of this quest, like, what's the goal of this quest? It's like, okay, well, it's maybe to introduce you to the underground if you don't know it's there, but I don't think you do a whole quest for that. And then maybe to give you some lore, like ideas of like what, you know, some world building for this underground place. It's gonna depend on the conversations we have. But I assume the one with like the wedding ring and stuff was more to just make it feel like the world's like lived in and there's like small things happening that aren't just big shoot 'em ups and stuff. But outside that, it's not super interesting. You got infinite loading? Cool. I think it's just like an interesting thing when you're doing a quest. It's like, what's the goal? Like, what is this? If it's not fun in its own right or super well written, like, what's kind of like the idea behind it? Like, is it fleshing out the world? Is it giving you like a feeling of like, you know, like I said, that there is like more menial work going on, like actual work and like normal things happening in this world. Like, that's another way, I guess, to flesh it out. Like, how far do you want to go with that, too? I mean, too much of that shit, and it's like you're just actually doing like work, right? Really boring. We'll see. I'm just chilling, chatting. How much longer will be on? Like, I'm kind of tired, but I could get some coffee. Today was a long day. Way longer than I expected. Forever. If the game keeps freezing. Tomorrow we'll probably do more of this, but I need to do Metal Health Singer before it leaves Game Pass. Maybe we'll do that instead. Okay. Did it save with me talking to her? Oh, I don't think it did. Oh, what did it say? This one.
You talk and get paid. I spread the news. I'm working on an... I'm not sure this... It'd probably be... Would you really? Great. I had... You don't need to ask.
Welcome to SSNN.
I do have a main story thing to do here. Or I do at the mass building. Fuck am I? Have I been to the bank?
Welcome to we don't get very many visitors here.
Top of the class.
Infinity is huge.
That was made in Unity. Yeah, imagine our guy having a. I mean, he's already canceled his next project, but
You look great. But if you'd
I'm
like
gonna
to
pay a
look
bunch of
better,
extra
you're
money
in the right place.
after barely selling it.
Hi, welcome to Enhance. Thanks. If you're here to try
I haven't
something
been to
new
this
or on
place.
a whim, or to rep all our services and records.
That was just to make me look different.
Oh my God, you certainly put... I did. No, I do. I take it all very seriously. Sorry, you just took me a little off guard. To tell you the truth, I made a bit of a slip-up. I may have lost a data slate containing the confidential information of numerous patients.
Buddy, I'm with you on security.
Little things, you know, like payment, information, procedures done, age, birthdays, mailing addresses. Oh no, who am I kidding? This is so bad. If that information gets out, my business and reputation could be destroyed. No patient will trust me again.
Sounds like you're irresponsible and bad at your job.
Because I sense a kind of aura around you, an air of nobility. Also, it all just spilled out. I couldn't hold it in anymore. It's not. People's private information is at stake, ready to be taken by any bad actor that finds that damn slate. And worse, my reputation.
I don't know if it's exaggerated or just
on the line.
purposely. It's just
I'm begging
off, yeah.
You'll have to find that slate.
I mean, it's better mocapped and there's better expressions than like old Bethesda stuff, but once again, even comparing it to some stuff this year that has just as much dialogue, it's pretty piss poor. Still better than probably a lot of stuff, but yeah, there's a bit more uncanny, is what you mean.
Yes. Oh, thank you. And let's see, I frequent the Terror Brew nearby, as well as Whetstone.
Well, it doesn't help they're still doing the center frame, zoom in, GoPro camera thing from all the other games.
Please, come back as soon as you
So they're almost always like fucking dead center.
And don't read anything on it. It's confidential stuff, remember? Enhance will be here anytime you'd like a different look.
You simply have to try Enhance.
You're only as safe as your equipment out there. Welcome to Outland. We deal in all of our products come highly recommended by individuals who have and while I've never needed them myself, no flying for me. Not my style. Yes, by all means.
Well, will it not compare to what I have on because I have it not showing in town? Really? Odd. It's not supposed to actually not be on. It's supposed to just seem like What the fuck? Yeah.
See you around.
I missed these areas. Not having a map makes it a little harder, I guess. Especially when all the locations are really spread apart and they look kind of
I
samey.
feel underdressed.
Yeah, I don't know why they set up shop here. They'd be better off in Neon, but Outland's used to people like us.
So the hardware is worth the trip?
Space Cowboy.
Can you imagine how many credits flow through this place? Figuratively, of course.
Yeah, listen, I have a lot on my plate right now, and you don't look like a new hire stumbling through their first day. Who exactly are you?
He's just a customer, Jesus.
Really? Huh. You have your own ship? Oh, this is perfect. Kismet, really. I have a business proposition for you that could help us both out. Very lucrative. You're a law and order type? Oh, this is perfect. This job is literally serving justice. Gal Bank is the aggrieved party, and if you help me, you help all of us. Good. Great. Well, confession time. I might just be a little desperate. See, the world of credit analysis, you know, dealing with deadbeats and reprobates is, well, it's a tough field. And what I need is a ringer. Someone that can collect some of our top delinquent offenders.
Wants me to
What I
become
need
Dog the
is
Bounty Hunter?
You. You work with me.
Who the fuck is
The
this?
fee you get will be huge. Yes. So, we got a Galaxy-class con man took out a loan to franchise a restaurant. Turns out, surprise, it was a scam. And Dieter Maliki Jump's system. Now, he's holed up in a literal shack in the middle of nowhere. Can you believe it? The job is simple. Get Dieter to pay. And we don't want him
I mean, I
dead.
don't mind
We
a
don't
fucking
want him
loan
hurt.
shark quest line, that'd be
Close his
fine.
account like an honest citizen.
They'll beat the shit out of him.
You may need to lean on him, scare him. Nothing illegal, just talk to him. And don't listen to any sob stories he tells you. Any job I give you, I guarantee there's not some poor sick aunt that needs credits for surgery. These are scofflaws, scum, flagrantly violating the terms of their Gal Bank agreements. If he dies, then his assets go to probate, and we can get paid. So if he forces you into an it's you or him situation, it's A-okay for Gal Bank's bottom line if you choose him. But I cannot stress this enough. This is not the ideal outcome. We wanted him liquidated, we'd have put a tracker on him.
Yes, man. This guy's really fucking upfront about some random guy about hiring assassins. Maybe that's legal, man. There's bounties, I guess.
Well, I mean, yes, we're not the only ones looking for him. And you don't dome up on a dust ball unless you're serious about dodging your civic responsibilities.
Let's do
I'll
it.
send over all the details. You find Dieter and bring his account current.
Decided to take a break from exploring to collect some debts? Not exactly constellation-worthy pastime, but I'll follow your lead.
I hate to end on this note, but, you know, not everyone's a straight arrow.
I don't give a
Cut
fuck
deal
about
with
what this
Dieter.
chick does.
Honestly, I have no way of knowing.
The party members saying stuff feel extremely disjointed from everything because nobody reacts to it. They just cut in and say, like, they like have a piccolo reaction to what you did or something. Like they're almost in your brain, and then it's like nobody responds. So, but I want the robot because at least he just doesn't say anything, right? Like he's just there. He chimes in, and it's like odd. I mean, sometimes they'll talk to each other and they'll like say stuff before you get there, which is cool. And there is like some story stuff that's set up where they will actually have a conversation, but usually it's like this,
I mean,
where they just kind of like have a very disjointed chime in so that they don't have to write,
hope you're taking it.
you know, 6 or 7 different responses with different party members. I mean, they don't have to, man. They just have it just be her, the most likely
transaction
person.
bet. Gal Bank makes personal finance easy. Money as long.
Apply for a job at the Region Industries kiosk. A job. In neon. That's a different city.
Want to challenge your instincts and hone those corporate skills? Ryujin is hiring.
Check.
Cool spacesuit.
Already stowed.
Cool spacesuit. Yeah.
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90% or higher. I'm sure we have anything you might need. Welcome to UC Distribution. Now, before you say a word, I am required to inform you that formal complaints cannot be filed until the customer feedback system is back online. I have been told it'll be up and running in 2 weeks, but you know how these things are. I am sorry for any potential inconvenience. Also, if you're here about a corporate account, I've been assured that deliveries will be back on schedule soon. You mean besides providing a pleasant face for customers to interact with? It's all in the name. We distribute materials and products all around the United Colonies. Never a dull moment. Always something going on, and 4 other things we need to be ready for. I know some people don't believe it, but we really do the best we can. Wouldn't still be working here if I didn't care.
Guy in the back looks like he's ready to start shooting.
I hope
dude.
we have what you need.
Are we on high alert? Ooh, I mean, are the British coming? What's going on, man? Aliens? You got lubricant? Oh. Man, I can just buy whatever I need.
Right. Come back if you need something else.
I don't even need to like go find it. Not even that expensive.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere these days, spreading like a virus through the settled systems. They like to set up shop in old facilities, places abandoned in the colonies. That way they can strike anywhere.
My tax money's paying for this shit.
Service with a smile. That's the UC way. Wen really keeps the distribution center in tip-top shape. Oh, that's not really my area. I don't have clearance. You'll want to talk to Miss Sang about. Oh, no. When I was growing up, I actually wanted to be a miner on Sidonia. As weird as that may sound. I guess I never wanted to have a typical job. Lucky for me, working at the distribution center is anything but typical. Of course, who wouldn't? It's such a privilege to be able to work for the UC government, a true force of good. Every day is so exciting. I get to meet so many new people, solve interesting problems, and learn about developing situations throughout the settled systems. Yep, there's never a boring day at the distribution center.
How much Kool-Aid is this guy drinking, dude? What the fuck's in this water, man? Some fucking mind-altering juice, man. Nobody loves their fucking job at the post office that much, brother. I'm sure there's somebody. Nothing wrong with that kind of job. But this guy sounds like he's got a gun pointed to his fucking head, man. Is there anything on the second floor? Infinity Limited HQ. Hmm. Free access, I got. Embassy lobby. The O2 drain. I guess it's to give you more like immersive systems on different procedurally generated planets, right? Where you gotta like think about, you know, the kind of gear you got and how long you can run, and if you want to upgrade your O2 shit or do drugs to help. Yeah, I mean, it's just a sprint meter. It just feeds into a few other systems too. I mean, is it like, do I like it? I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just so used to it. Yeah, you run out pretty quick, but you might get more as you go. I mean, the thing is, you can make it last pretty long time. Because anytime you jump, you regain, like, you keep your momentum, so you just jump everywhere. And use your boost and stuff. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I haven't been to many places where I, like, can't breathe, I guess. I mean, there's places I can't breathe, but it's never just, like, drained. Standing still, except when I'm encumbered. That's funny, I never really did any, like, drugs or anything in Fallout. I think the having to fight the addictions and stuff was always so, like, uninteresting that I was just like, I didn't really care. Because you just didn't need it either, I mean. Other than, like, I mean, I'd use, like, med packs or stims or whatever. You know. Rad-X or some shit, but Oh yeah. No, it's funny when you're eating but you still have your helmet on. I mean, I get it, man. Using food's already kind of lame. If you had to like realistically have your helmet taken off. You're the last people use food. It's definitely something I don't mind. Unless they made the food system like something you didn't do all the time. Just something you occasionally did. Like an actual meal, then that'd be fine. To have that immersion, you have to stop back by your ship or something, you know. Can I climb these buildings for any like reason? Is it? Yeah, I plan on. We'll see if I have time this year, but I'll have access to that in the expansion. I might play through that now that I mean, I'm pretty sure they said they're done supporting it after the expansion. So outside a few fixes, so not gonna do like full remake stuff anymore. It'll be interesting to try it out. I just so many long RPGs already this year. If I want to put in the time. I don't know if there's like anything to find out here. Yeah, there's too many games this year. Too many like good games that released this year that need to run through just to kind of see before year's end. Just for those year-end conversations and shit. I mean, obviously, because I'm interested in the games, but is that a tree? And a piece of rock? 2 pieces of rock. Beautiful, man. Immersive, even. Like, I mean, when you just look down there, that, you know, you could just jump down there. I mean, it looks nice. You can walk on all that. I mean, is it really like that much going on? It's like, I don't know. It's like we might not really be doing anything like super interesting, but I mean, I don't mind just walking around the environment. Yeah, that stuff in the background. I don't know if that's random generation, or I don't even know if you can actually go out there. I think it might just be a boundary. I don't know if there's a point. No, I think you actually can go out there. That might be randomly generated, and the city's not. There is a bunch of like these. But there's nothing asking me to go out there, and when I'm going through a bunch of planets, why would I want to just explore every little inch of every place I land on? I'd rather just keep moving between planets, seeing new shit. Because God knows most of the content I'm going to go through is probably not going to be all that crazy in terms of the random generation. Might as well have some varying aesthetic. I don't think there's anything out here. I think it's just me doing shit. Talk to the scientist by the tree. Who? The tree. Yeah, the big one?
Gorgeous weather today. Mark my words. Someday, I'll be running the Office of Interstellar Affairs. Yeah, I work at MAST, in the Office of Interstellar Affairs. I'm a sort of liaison between the UC and the Freestar Collective. I help solve communication problems, show visiting diplomats the city, things like that. Probably doesn't sound all that exciting to you, but I love it. I've been interested in a diplomatic career since I was a kid.
I'm sorry, I really can't afford to be distracted. I need to get to the bottom of this. Yes, concerned is an understatement. I work for the scientific division of MAST. I've been studying this tree for quite some time, and it appears to be exhibiting some worrying signs. Are you familiar with this particular specimen? Do you understand its importance? Look, I have a lot of work to do here. If you're just going to gawk, I'd ask that you move on. If you can actually assist me, however, I would appreciate it. I don't normally solicit help from random passersby, but it seems an exception is necessary. Would you be willing to retrieve some additional data for me? Well, thank you. That's unexpected. There's a series of biosensors I've placed in various locations around New Atlantis, all calibrated to gather pertinent information. They've been running for long enough that I think it's time to collect and analyze their findings. If you would bring them to me, that would save time.
You're a real nice dude, man.
No, we don't have any plans. My partner's dealing with some health issues.
Is that your actual hair, brother? It looks like a semi mullet, some mullet.
Man, I could really dive deep into some chunks right now. Wanna join? Hey there.
Yeah, it's if they didn't pop up in your loading screen, I wouldn't even care, but it's so funny, man. Alright, 3 people there. The tree quest. Locate the biosensors. What's up, man?
The United Colonies Vanguard program recently celebrated its 15-year anniversary. Dozens of Vanguard pilots who are now...
So many towers. Mercury Tower. Nobody here. What does his head wear? Todd back. I just need a red suit, dude. Be a red shirt. Die in some fucking epic battle. On the edge of the system. I want to go to places that look like these. Hopefully there's some.
You gotta let her go. We got the other children. Grandkids, too.
But Sheila had such fire in her. She could have been anything.
I miss her, too, but after the accident...
Hello.
It's a mercy she went the way she did.
We're having a moment, please.
Even an extra day or two with her, that would have been the blessing.
I think we're still recovering from the colony war.
Makes me ashamed to be a citizen of the UC.
That constant sad look, my God.
I usually get nauseous when I use simulators for
Where does
some
my
reason.
flashlight come
Once
from?
I held it together.
Keep your nose clean.
Couldn't put that detail on, could we? Just when you have your suit, I guess. Uh-oh. The skinwalkers, their fucking AIs turned off, man. Like lost signal with the system. It was like they live or some shit, dude. Fucking watch. It's not quite the same if they're not staring you dead in the face. We're real people, I promise. We're not lizard men. Oh, this one's good. Yeah. Me watching you play Starfield. How does this depth of field work? There's no fisheye from what I can see. This is a serious game. Fisheye is for goofy people. This guy looks like he's just disconnected, man. Like I just committed a fucking war crime right here, dude. I mean, I'd look like that too if I fucking saw this motherfucker in the wild, man. How could one man be so generic? He must not even be real.
Yeah?
This character design, yeah. His eyeballs. Whew, let's jump off soon. We still haven't left the city. That's okay. Probably will tomorrow. Getting more questies. Start doing that chain for the Vanguard or something. I'm tired. So we stop.
Kids miss you.
The project has to be.
Kids miss you.
Hello there, dear friend. Your poise, your stature.
Hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew. How can I help you?
You look a lot like the Chunks guy, man.
As you can see, traffic is good. The sales keep climbing.
And there are 2 locations in New Atlantis?
Yes, and the
As
sales
you
in
can
the
see,
West
the
didn't
traffic's
skip
good.
at all when the second store opened.
Impressive.
Times change, but one thing's constant. People need coffee.
I need to report back, but this is very encouraging.
Thanks for choosing. Hello and welcome to Terra Brew. How may I serve you? Corporate policy requires me to state that everything Terra Brew offers is my favorite.
Were you seen?
It's not like we're doing anything
I
wrong. Or illegal.
If my boss found out I was dating someone from... you know...
Another empty office. Minerals. Oh, those are rare. Did they catch me?
You look familiar. Where do I know you from? Oh, yes. Lynn mentioned hiring some brand new miner before she left for that job. I must have seen your picture in the contractor database. I take it this means the job's done then. Good to know. So what can I help you with? Oh, wow, that's terrible. Those pirates sure are getting bolder these days. Is everyone okay? Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad to hear you made it out of there. and I sincerely hope Barrett is recovering well. We'll be sure to send him a token of our sympathy, as well as a generous discount off of our services. Thank you for letting us know.
I'm out for me.
We just picked up several more contracts. Risky stuff, if I'm being truthful, but we position ourselves to take advantage of jobs like that. Think asteroid mining and other tough jobs. The next few years are going to be interesting for Argos. Well, after I book a job, Lynn meets with the clients to nail down the details. She negotiates the terms of the contract and even That woman never stops. I book and process our jobs, manage the schedule on a broad scale, and interface with new clients. We're a small company, so a lot of us administrative types wear a lot of hats, as they say. As a former contractor, I'm surprised you don't know. We take on jobs that others
Yeah,
won't,
they
whether they're
unflinching
far
eye
away,
contact.
extra tough, or just plain
Rare
dangerous.
blinking. It's like
And
they
we
blink every
always
10
get the
seconds.
job done on schedule at a lower cost.
That's when
than our
the AI, the system they connect with tells them to blink.
Thanks for stopping by.
Something has to manage all these skinwalkers, man.
Looking forward to my vacation.
Who knew there'd be so much paperwork at a mining company?
Alright.
I'm, pretty sure you weren't supposed to take that.
Yeah. I know.
That's mine. Give it back.
No. Bounty. Wonder how you pay off the bounty.
You didn't hear this from me, but those ecliptic mercenaries, the factions use them sometimes.
They'll have our templates.
Welcome to Whetstone.
It's a matter of courtesy.
Why wouldn't you?
I've got special orders. You're coming with me. I've been authorized to inform you. Other than that, I'm not it. We have orders to transport you. Any deviation from the... Have it your way!
No. Huh?
No way! I am not going to help you murder these.
She's just fucking runs away, dude. Ma'am? Dude, this guy, I didn't know there was one coming out, yeah. Can I, like, move these things?
Hey, that isn't yours.
Hey, give that back.
How does that? Does she like randomly starts looking at me again? Oh, I haven't played any Disguise. I'll play them someday maybe, but it's not super high priority. Yeah, I was wondering if I could put like a pot over her head or something. I don't know if they have something similar. I'm sure there's something you can pick up that works somewhere, but I don't know if it's here.
What do you think you're doing?
Well, this counts as stealing. Holy.
Hey, there'll be plenty of time.
Damn. These slugs, they definitely don't have much spread, man. Oh, to do everything, I've heard. I mean, there's just like a... grinding numbers is a big part of it. In terms of just running through the game, I'm not quite sure. Where the fuck am I? Oh, that's a different save, I think. I don't know it was 3D now. I really haven't seen much gameplay. I just know it's like a third-person strategy type game. I could turn out the lights. If I could just drop some shit in front of her.
There's got to be something less valuable you can drop.
I just want to move these. Also, I didn't know I had like 20 cutters, but... Can she just like see through the wall? Yeah, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Definitely wasn't me. Yeah, Sam. It was refreshing doing it with Ocarina of Time, but it's been such a long break since this randos that still wasn't too much in my brain how to do the rando. Yeah, there's just so many disguises and all that stuff that
You know they'll be late.
I'm not really in a rush to get to them, but someday.
We always wind up waiting forever.
I need to play the original again from scratch. I don't want to do a rando until I've done that.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me? Yeah, it was. Weird, right? Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits. I hope I'm as cool as Solomon Coe when I grow up.
Solomon who? This office is massive.
Here to report anything else?
It's important that if you ever find yourself with a hot lead, we will do our best to protect your anonymity.
Your best. No guarantees, man. They don't have like a elevator or like an office. This is just the whole news area. This is the whole place. The entire like journalist department is just this fucking odd, like empty, open office with like 2 workers. Bizarre. Your arms, what just happened to him?
I'm not going to show up to work for a week. Then my boss will see how much she needs.
It's been a while since we had the chance to catch up.
I'm feeling all right. I've just got to put my head down and push through.
Oh, I hate that we have to dress up for these things. It's exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Whose? Hers?
What was the name of that guy? The contact for the job?
Beats me.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Trying to get like a freeze frame of it.
Expensive my rent has gotten. At this rate, I might end up in a well.
Huh. If we saved at least 10% of the down payment,
I'm trying to like catch it, man. You have to get lucky to get that frame though. Blake. They still see, they're always staring, even when you think they're not.
Problem?
I'm pleased to report that our stocks are currently being maintained at 90%. Welcome to UC... Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some... Why, what is it? Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we? I could, but I did pay for it. I'd like to recover my losses. And it's all the way in the back room. I'd have to walk back there, then back out here. You did say this was important after all. Honestly, it's probably worth way more than what we're talking about. Back to it then.
Oh yeah? Only came in. Always good posts.
UC security, stop right now!
Thought they weren't even there, dude. That like super impossible to predict AI because they're just fucking fidgeting and freaking out everywhere. Sarah Morgan disliked that. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, screenshots for loading screens is a great idea. Especially with all these photo modes in games when there's just not enough. I mean, unless you're just posting on Twitter, like having like no in-game kind of like reinforcement for your photos and stuff kind of sucks. It's cool when you could like take a photo and then like like put it in like a photo frame or something, but yeah, have them on the loading screen is good. What is it? If you want them. It's not like it's actually porn or anything. Yeah, I'm not surprised that they make her ass bigger just for Nika. You can't have the queen of ass, not have like the biggest ass. The thing is, in Nika, everybody has a massive donker, so they have to make augmentations to 2B's ass, man. Get the calculations in.
I appreciate your assistance, but I still need all of those sensors.
So you do.
Here's your sensors, buddy.
I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment.
How about another moment?
It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. What a relief. Now, let's see. This is... Well, it's... Oh my.
It seems my concerns were valid all along.
Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to Mast immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Well, from a certain point of view. In an admittedly somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow,
Gonna turn your brain to mush.
could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
2,500 and people could be dying. Come on, buddy, sweeten the deal a little bit more than that. Sweeten that. Sweeten that. Yeah, ship targeting system. Oh, true. I mean, it's pretty popular. Targeting mode bonuses, and you have to unlock targeting mode. You can now utilize the ship thrusters. Oh. Do I not have thrusters normally? Unlock the ability to pilot Class B ship and Class C ship. What? I can't even fly certain ships. Slow-mo when you're boosting. That'd be kind of cool. I should probably unlock basic functions. Why are these just not a part of the ship normally? The ability to use thrusters, the ability to use the VATS in your ship mode. I mean, like I said, I guess it's like, it feels good to get real big upgrades, but when the ship combat feels kind of dog shit as far as dogfighting goes. I mean, it's definitely more focused on the RPG part, building it and stuff. Like, why not at least have the like actual new mechanics that feel a little better just be already part of the package, man. Anyways, well, there's more to do in the city, but I think I'm gonna stop for now. I'm kind of tired. Anyways, we didn't really do a whole lot in this stream. Just a lot of busy work. Don't have much more to say than I did earlier. I mean, it's comfy. I think I like a lot of the soundscapes and stuff. City's not as much as the planet, but we're still not really have a good feel for what's going on. I would say your generic quests aren't super interesting. I would say most people would probably bounce off some of this. They're not like obnoxious or just like the worst ever, but they barely have like a purpose in world building, and a lot of it's just kind of, you better hope you enjoy some of the Vista. We're gonna kick out of the shitty NPCs. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, it's comfy, but I don't know if I give the game too much credit for that aspect. Might be kind of the mood. Yeah, we'll just have to see on the bigger quest lines, quests in other areas, off-world quests, and then obviously the main story. The factions are juicy. Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow some more. I think I'm working, but I don't have like confirmation, so I doubt it'll be the 7 or 8 hours it was today. We'll get a lot more of this done. Or we'll do Metal Hellsinger. Just that like metal, death metal, hard rock, whatever, however many genres they got in there. Rhythm, first person shooter. Not very long. And then we'll do more of this, so until we're done. Plan on doing most things in terms of like significant content. I'm not gonna do like every micro fucking survey on all 1,000 planets, but if I bounce off it, we'll just finish the main story. But what happened to Fallout 4? We'll see on this one though.